Welcome to the What's Happening Birmingham video podcast.
Good evening, everyone. This is Jarvis Scott with What's Happening in Birmingham. Today, I have the honor and pleasure of being with Dr. Leesha Cox. She has an upcoming event, which is called Motherhood the Remix 2019, which is Friday, March the 1st, and Saturday, March the 2nd. Good evening, Dr. Cox.
Hello, how are you?
Great. So tell us about this great upcoming event, and how did you come up with the theme and everything?
Yeah, so Motherhood the Remix, this whole conference idea was born out of needing to have a safe space for moms, because I'm a parent of 3 children, and parenting is one of the hardest things that I think I'll ever do, because our children are unique individuals and have their own challenges, and we are juggling all kinds of things. If you work, you stay at home, if you've got one kid or multiple kids, you've got outdoor activities, other extracurricular activities, school, meals, you name it, we are busy. And it gets overwhelming, and moms don't always have a place where they can talk about those feelings. So I wanted to have something that says, you know what, moms, I see you, I'm celebrating with you, I'm suffering with you, and we can encourage each other.
Okay. What are some things they can look for as far as the event?
Yeah, so, on Friday is the VIP night, and that will be a wine blending class. So that'll be a lot of fun, because the Grand Bohemian is such a super swanky place.
Yeah, nice hotel.
So it'll be just low-key, but allow for intimate conversation, so we can just really kind of chat and share with each other. And then Saturday's the main event, and so we'll cover things like mommy burnout, we'll cover things like depression, we'll cover things like being flexible in terms of having healthy parenting, and then just your mindset about parenting. Because there's no perfect parents, there's no perfect kids, so we don't need to beat ourselves up all the time.
Okay, so for those of you who know, she actually is a licensed psychiatrist.
Yes.
So what are did you base some of this off of some of the things, some of your clients, issues that they've been dealing with as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Friends, family, patients that I treat who, have just had a baby and are really struggling with trying to figure out, okay, how I'm going to get this done because I'm tired and my baby needs a lot. Or even when you're a seasoned parent, you can still struggle with depression. So it was seeing moms who are really dealing with a lot of pressure and stress and wanting to help.
Okay. And also you said this workshop, just motherhood myths. What are some of the myths? I know you're going to tell at the event, but what are some of the myths that, incoming mothers probably hear about?
So, I think one of the big ones is you need to be super mom. You got to get it all done, and you got to get it done right and perfect, and that's how you know that you're being a great mom. And I'm like, no, that's not true. We don't need to wear superhero capes. We have to be okay with making mistakes and failures. Things will happen, and that's okay. And you get up and you try again.
Okay. It was something recently, I think Michelle Obama interviewed First Lady Michelle Obama, and they asked her about, can women have it all? And it was like Dr. Sarah Sandberg would lean in.
Right, yes.
And I guess me to ask you is, in this day and age, going back to what you said,
right,
can mothers have it all, have that career, have to be managing over the household?
So this is what I say. You can have it all, just not all at one time.
Okay.
So, sometimes I feel like, okay, today I was on my doctor game, tight, everything was going well. Tomorrow it might be my mommy game, the next day it might be my wife game, but rarely am I going to be able to give 100% to each thing or each role that I play, and that's fine. Who gives 100% all the time for everything?
Okay. I know you mentioned earlier about this be a support system, a support network. How can, just outside this event, how can you, if you have a friend that's just about to, just had a baby or doesn't encounter motherhood, what are some signs you can pick up that they may be suffering from, mental health or signs of depression?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I think one of the things is just to check in and just to simply say, how are you doing? How are things going? How are you really doing? And be willing to listen. The other things that you start to look for, though, is people are sleeping, moms are sleeping way too much, and they're kind of checking out from the world. They don't want to hang out, they don't want to talk on the phone, they don't want to do anything anymore that they used to do. or it can be they're not sleeping at all and they just seem tense or on edge a lot. They're irritable, and it's not just a bad day or a bad few days, because we all have rough days, but it's like for weeks where they are not like themselves. They seem sad or tearful. They're sleeping too much or not enough. Their appetite is changing. They're not wanting to talk to you or engage. And they may just say, gosh, I'm just really struggling.
Okay. Well, let me ask this from a man.
Okay.
For the men that may be watching,
Okay.
husbands, fathers, how can they tell if their mate, because if their mate's not telling them, how can we can kind of recognize, you know, those type of things?
And I would say you see some of the same things, because they may just be like super duper grumpy, irritable with you. And you're like, what? Did I do something? And it's happening all the time. They're not wanting to spend time with you. They are telling you that they feel like they can't manage. They're like self-care in terms of like getting up and bathing, because sometimes when you get really depressed, even the act of just taking a bath and doing your hair can be really overwhelming. And so you'll start to see that they're not doing that anymore. So those are some of the things that you may see.
Okay. So there's a second day to this event. What are some of the activities on the second day?
So that's the main day. Like I said, Friday night is the VIP, just for a small group of women, of moms. But then Saturday will be the main event, and that's where we'll cover the big topics, like I said, with talking about burnout and talking about depression, talking about mommy myths, parenting myths like you talked about, and just being able to talk about what self-care looks like. Self-care is not just spa days, and it's not just girls' night out. It's actually having boundaries and saying no and prioritizing our time.
Okay. I like how you mentioned self-care, because that's such a buzzword these
everywhere.
days.
Yes.
And a lot of times, even when you're doing, like you said, going to the spa and different places like that, you're doing the activity.
Yes.
But you're not really kind of, I like how you said, prioritizing.
Right.
Because a lot of times we get in such a, I guess, society now, we like to multitask a lot of things.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess it's more, and especially like you said, mothers are almost like the queens of multitasking.
Yes.
And they have to, especially if they have multiple kids.
Right.
So,
Absolutely. So it's that mental break, that mental health and wellness that you're focusing on too, not just like you said, the physical part of taking a break.
And everything. So what's the cost for attending the event?
So the VIP is $197 and the general admission is $147. But I'll be posting some specials on my website coming up, so be on the lookout for that. And my website's drleesha.com, DRLEESHA.com. And the conference website is motherhoodtheremix.com, all spelled out.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely like that catchy term.
Do you want to know how I got it, though? How I came up with it? Okay, so I was trying to come up with this idea, and actually I surprised my husband with tickets to see Hamilton in Atlanta for Father's Day. And so, have you seen it?
I have not.
The play? Okay,
well,
you gotta go.
Yeah, I gotta
But
see
in
it.
one scene, they're like on the spinning, what's it called, the dais? And she says rewind, not remix, but she says rewind, and the circle spins the other way. So in my mind, I saw like a record player, like you remix, and just like, you know, old music, and then you remix it. So that's what parenting has been. We don't parent like we did in the old days. We have to remix how we do parenting to reflect what's going on culturally and what's going on in our children's lives to fit now.
Oh, okay. I like how you kind of say remix and everything. So how long have you been in your profession?
So I have been a psychiatrist. I finished residency in 2008.
Okay.
So a long time now.
Okay.
Even though I look young.
Oh, yes, you're very young. How has it changed over the years? And I guess I'm talking about now as far as mental health and the public's perception.
Sure. I mean, I think as a whole, you know, more celebrities have been more forthcoming about their struggles. We've had, you know, celebrities who've committed suicide even recently with Robin Williams and Kate Spade. Well, Robin Williams was actually a few years ago, but Kate Spade and Anthony Bourdain. So I think that people are more open as a whole, but still in the African American community, there is tremendous stigma. And it's still something that I think we struggle with. And so that's something that's very important to me to talk openly to my friends, talk openly to civic groups, to churches about you got to get help. That's a good thing. You want to be physically healthy, but you also have to be mentally healthy, because there is no health if you're not mentally healthy.
Okay, another thing I want to ask you about is how has social media impacted this whole, mental health? Because a lot of times I have a lot of friends, and they'll say this: if you're going through a bad time in your life, don't go on Facebook.
Right.
Don't go on Instagram.
Right. Yeah.
So do you see a lot of your patients kind of like that be kind of somewhat of a cause?
I mean, I think it could be good and bad. Certainly, I think part of the problem is people portray themselves not in real life. So you got your filters and your happy face, and you make yourself look like things are perfect, and you do it for the gram, but that's not real life. But at the same time, there has been, there are people who are on Twitter and on Instagram who are mental health advocates and speak very openly about their struggles, and I think that's a positive. So I think there's a little bit of both.
Okay. So any final thoughts you would like to tell people about this great upcoming event?
Yeah, so I would encourage, if you are a mom, then I think that this is the event for you, because it's a place where you will be, like I said, celebrated and encouraged and challenged to think differently about motherhood, so that you actually feel comfortable taking care of yourself so you can better take care of your families.
Okay. I also like the timing that you're doing the events, since this is the first of the year and people always have New Year's resolutions.
Yeah, why not this?
Yes. Well, let me ask you this about New Year's resolutions. Do you feel like people should be pressed to set resolutions now and things?
I think that it's good to have goals, and I think that a new year is always a good time to kind of look back at what was going on before and kind of reflect on what you want differently going forward. However, what I don't think is healthy is for you to beat yourself up about, oh gosh, I didn't get this done again, or if you kind of fall off, that you really beat yourself up. Because this is a lifelong journey, that we're trying to always get better and just better ourselves. So you can't get caught up just because you missed out on 2018. It's a new year. Start something fresh. But be kind to yourself.
Okay. I always tell people, always try to find something to laugh at once a day. You never know how it's good for the soul.
Laughter is good for the soul. Absolutely.
And everything. Well, thank you, Dr. Cox, for your time.
Thank you for having me.
And for more information, I'm going to put this also during the interview. Please check out the website, motherhoodtheremix.com. And also for more interviews, please check out my website, what'shappenedinbirmingham.com as well. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I need 1,000 subscribers, y'all. And thank you all again, and have a great evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching the What's Happening Birmingham video podcast. Please check out our website, app, or subscribe to our YouTube channel for the latest videos today.